Okay, so I have a lot of stuff to talk about uh that I haven't talked about yet. And that does include some anime. And really I wanted to talk like all the things that I haven't taught yet, you know, different things that I have to do, go through my list, figure out all the videos that I want to do. But there's one anime that I kind of felt wrong not talking about. Oh hey, this villager's older now. Can you now begin trading? I don't think this is the kind of villager we want. Is it? I'm not sure. Ow. But I really needed to talk about this anime because it just was wonderful in a way that I mean I can't explain it, but I don't know. I just kind of really liked it, and I feel like of all the anime that I watched, I think I should talk about this one now and not wait for later because I genuinely think it's a worth show, like a show worth discussing, and that's Diary with the Witch. Diary with the Witch was so basically, it's this show about this kid. She's like a teenager, a normal teenager, and in a car accident, both her parents die. And so in comes her aunt, and her aunt's like, you know what? Like, I don't really feel sad about your mother dying, but I feel bad about you. And so the aunt kinda adopts the kid. But it's such a weird show. To start with, the show is like disjointed in a really weird way. They just show you like a bunch of relevant scenes in turns, and it's I'm not sure how normal it feels because it feels weird. I think it's supposed to feel more normal than it is, but it's not. It's kind of jumping all over the place in a purposeful way, and you think that the show would be messy as a result, but it is not. It is actually like pretty normal, all things considered. Which I mean, to me, I just found that somewhat comedic. The fact that the show's weirdness in its format kind of works really good. Give me stuff, give me stuff. By disjointed, I mean like the way the story's told is via like little parts. So they start telling you at the start, like at the start, it's mostly linear, right? How the girl's dealing with the trauma of losing her parents, but then eventually, it's really just a slice of life show, just typical. I guess it's not typical, but it does have some elements of typicality. It is typical in some senses that it's just normal life after the event. So it's just, you know, aunt is learning to deal with having a kid because, of course, she didn't know. Why would she know she had a, like, what to do in this situation? Her sister's the one that had the kid, not her. So it's cool in a way to see how they both sort of learn to live with each other. And at the same time, you get life continuing on for the characters. One thing I love is like the aunt character. She's a writer, right? And so because she's a writer, she just yaps a lot and says really interesting things, which means the dialogue in the show is incredibly clean to the point where I had to stop watching it in English because the Crunchyroll dubs were not doing it justice. Like my mind consciously figured, well, my mind, I say, I consciously figured that something didn't work about Crunchyroll subtitles. They were wrong. They didn't align with what the characters were saying appropriately. It genuinely felt like the aunt character was using words that were too difficult for the dubbers, which isn't true. It's just Crunchyroll just has a bad habit of making their allowing their dubbers to their subbers to use the wrong words and whatnot. I was watching ReZero yesterday or 2 days ago, and there's a part where Subaru goes "so desu ne," which very clearly means "isn't that right?" or "that's right." I'm not even sure what it means. And yet, for some reason, the genius intern that probably is like 20 translated it to on God. And it's like, really? You translated it regular Japanese in anime to on God for no reason. You just figured this was what you would be doing today. What are we doing? How are we looking? I have not leveled you up. And I have not leveled you up. We'll start with this guy. Give me pen. 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 I don't know what to do with all these pants. Let's let him update. But yeah, subtitle rant outside. Aside. Outside? Oh, there's a subtitle rant outside? Oh, I don't think this is what I'm looking for. Looking for the guy that trades emeralds in like iron into emeralds, aren't I? Okay, hold on. I need to clear my inventory of the pants. No pants needed. Can I do this? Yes, I can do this. Anyways, the dialogue was incredible in the show. I genuinely really enjoyed like the dialogue on the show. Oh, this is the same amount of experience. Give me the boots. I'm out of this already. That's quick. This is gonna take a while, isn't it? We're gonna have a few episodes of me doing this. As I was saying, if I will not get distracted by the game. Yeah, the dialogue in the show was fire. It was awesome to see all the way they explained like the character's isolation. I think I love the way that the story and the characters are approached with the dialogue. Because it feels very real, sure. And that's definitely, like, the intention was definitely to feel real. But I think there's also some sort of wonder to it. In the sense that, you know, it's people in the wrong place at the wrong time figuring themselves out. And there's different little plot points, some more enjoyable than others. Like, I personally had a lot of fun with a lot of the plot points regarding the main character, who is the little girl, not the aunt lady. I mean, I guess they're kind of like both the main character, aren't they? They're what we'd call a duoragonist or whatever. Duoragonist? You know, it does kind of make sense. For the characters to speak in such elevated manners at times. You know, you have a writer talking to a kid, the kid's figuring herself out. There's also a few plot points in there that I feel like they just glossed over, but are super specific. Like, my favorite's gotta be the main character's friend from school. She's gay, like really gay. Like, she likes women. But I absolutely adored how, like, for some reason, the way they, like, handled it is not by being very explicit about it. There's, like, maybe 6 scenes where they pointed out. It's at one point, immediately the friend comes home with, like, the protagonist. The aunt looks at her, and immediately the aunt goes like, oh, she's gay. And the way that she told her, you know, hey, maybe think about, you know, you being gay. That's the aunt doing it. But the way she does it is hilarious, because what she does, hey, finally a good way to trade iron into emerald, which is good. We love it. We love to see it. So I think we have to kill this guy. Oops. But yeah, I love how the aunt clocks the gay character immediately. She just goes like, oh, that girl's gay. She gives her like a DVD of Fried Green Tomatoes, the movie, which is it's a very gay movie. All right, if you don't know, it's a very very gay movie. Ooh, wow. Okay, this is going well. I need to put the thing that turns all of this into iron blocks, so I don't have to worry about overflowing. She immediately clocks it, gives her a copy of Fried Green Tomatoes, and then there's like maybe 6 more scenes in the show. They're so much faster than Sticks. But you definitely need more than one. Updated? Yeah, but now you just have new traits. Nah, wait. What about you? I ran out of space. You can't have those. Those are mine. You can have the boots if you want. There's 4 scenes. One of them's like the character going like, I don't know. She's talking with the protagonist. And the protagonist is like, ha ha ha, you're so bad at dating guys, you know? Ha ha ha. And the girl goes like, yeah, guys. Ha 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 ha. Because obviously. I don't know. I gotta say, I found it somewhat hilarious how that was a plot point. And then at the end, she's clearly going on a date with a girl who is also very much not straight. So I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool in that regard. And another thing is, you know, because the show is slice of life and it's showing this aspect of the characters growing up and figuring out what they want to do in life, you know, coming of age. I think they really, I don't know, I guess to say, they put a lot of random things that seem random, you know. Let's let you update. They put a lot of things that seem random, just scenes of different characters, young characters, struggling with their identity and what they want to do in life. And it's kind of aside. And you suddenly get to see like time skips on their storylines. And the storylines are all like 10 scene stops. But it works really well because it drives home that like the protagonist, the girl herself, oh, projectile protection, feather falling 2 on breaking 2. That ain't bad. That is not bad at all. These are some good pieces of armor. I mean, feather falling 2 is great. And protection 2. Which actually is worse than whatever I have right now, so never mind. And so this is protection 4. Cool. Not the best enchantments for a villager of your stature to have, by the way. You. Give me some more boots. Alright. Have the trade or you will die. And we don't want that. It's just nice that the show is sort of told a lot from the perspective of this girl who is in the middle of grieving her parents and also in the middle of doing the thing that all people have to do, which is figure themselves out as they're teenagers. I just found it was like pretty smart writing wise. I have to kill these two. I have to go on a massacre of these guys now. And I don't wanna. And I have to bring them again. Which sucks. Here, give me this. You know. Sometimes you need violence. And I guess violence is what's happening now. It's that one pretty song that goes. Anyways, sand. Shh, 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 shh. I said shh. I said shut up. Thank you. I hope my game isn't too loud. I'm hearing it too loud on my own ears, which not good typically. Wow. Amazing. All right. There we go. I also need to kill this guy, so might as well. I don't want to. I don't want to. But you did just have the worst traits imaginable, pal. Oh, thanks for the experience. Bye. Let's try to see if I can pick up a kid. Not kid, an adult from this farm, because otherwise I have to wait for the kid to grow up, and I don't like that. Hello. There must be quite a few people in there. Did I not put minecarts nearby? I did not. They're probably all back there. Anyways, yeah, I thought Diary with a Witch was really good. Oh yeah, I haven't talked about how nice it is that the way they decided to approach a lot of the story is by showing us the story of the girl through like her own mind. So that does mean we get, her own mind. AKA, she's like writing a diary, and she's often bedazzled by how weird the aunt is, because the aunt is just alternative lifestyle. She's a writer, right? And she's like writing fantasy stuff. And it's nice to see that there's some overlap between the girl and the aunt through the way they write. Like they write similar. They know the same kind of things when they write. But they also write different. you know? Like, of course, Miss Protagonist, lady, aunt, she's writing more fantasy stuff because it's her job and whatnot, while the kid is just writing her diary. And she also uses like I don't know, there's some artistry to the writing that's just implicit in the way the dialogue is done, which I just found incredibly neat. I think it's genuinely, I don't know, it's awesome in a way. It feels right the way that characters talk and whatnot, and I feel like the show is just filled with little things like that, where they just took care of making sure the details were conducive to the story. They wanted to make sure that the way it's written, the things that happen, that yep, papa, that it all makes sense within the context of the story. There we go. Welcome home. Do they have minecarts? Or do they not? Yes, they do. Alright. Weird situation. So I guess I'm leaving them in the minecarts. I mean, what a surprise. I have infinite iron. That's not the direction you go. You go in that direction. There you go. All right. We can keep raiding you. Oh man, no, it's helmet time. No, it's helmet town. Helmet town. Helmet town. Am I okay? But yeah, I felt like I really needed to talk about the show because with the dialogue being so good, the story being so good, the format being so unusual, it all just came up to be like a fantastic show. I started watching it thinking to myself, oh, it's just gonna be a normal everyday show. I'm just gonna watch it as my relaxing show that I watch each season, because each season I like watching different shows. And one of the types of shows I like watching is always the more relaxing bit. Something slice of life, something standard. And I enjoy watching that stuff on Saturdays. So I got the show to watch on Saturday, and the show was so good that I actually had to move it to like Sunday mornings, because I felt like my Saturday snack wasn't doing it justice with how good the writing is, how like endearing the relationships of the characters were and whatnot. Dude, I really, really enjoyed the the writing of the characters. and the sort of things they do. I mean, that's been my new like vocal steam lately. I've just been going things they do, inspired by that one Invader Sim thing. All protection stuff. This is not a bad villager though. I wish it had better stuff, you know. Anyways, does this give you more or no? Give him a bunch of helmets. It was just a really perfect show in many of the things it did. And so, I think I gave it a 9. I don't think it's the best anime I've seen in the past like year. I think that ticket goes to Apocalypse Hotel, which I don't think I talked about in this channel. I haven't seen me re-talking about it. And now that I'm uploading stuff, well, yeah. I guess maybe I could talk about Apocalypse Hotel eventually if push comes to shove, because I did really like the show. But this one's a close second. Definitely a close second. Like, genuinely a fantastic series, fantastic dialogue, fantastic writing. By all like intents, I can say it was a 9 out of 10. Like 9.5 out of 10. I don't think it's a perfect 10. I feel like after a while, the format of the show does get a bit tiring. The fact that like they're never on time, it does feel kind of sort of confusing. Some episodes have like really clear messages that they want to say, like, oh right, this episode is all about Miss Aunt reconnecting with an ex and realizing that the reason that like relationship didn't work was she wasn't responsible enough, and now that she's got the kid, all of a sudden she's like, wait a second, now I'm responsible enough, and I feel weird about returning with this guy and like, you know, continuing the relationship. And you also get a little bit of perspective of the guy, like the guy's own take on it. You will level up. You will level up eventually. I know you will. What do I do about these guys? I'm realizing I only needed 2, not 3, because mining wood is lame. I mean, I guess I have some birch. Could turn this all into sticks. I like how I was walking to the crafting table to do this. Literally no need for me to do any of that. You're barely a journeyman. You're an apprentice. We can try to level you up a little. Enjoy your being higher level. This work? I'm out of it anyway. Well, I guess I should level up this guy first, shouldn't I? I run out of trade for this really quickly. Hold on. The other guy goes first. He takes precedent because he's been here a bit. Oh, so close. So close. I don't have enough emerald. And how I picked 3 separate stacks when I did that. Oh no. Point is, really good show. I recommend it. I still need to talk about all the other anime I watched last anime season. Along with this one. But for now, I'll leave it there. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.